Okay, today's going to be a review of the OLED board from APE, installed in my 09 PMR. This board should be coming to the market quite soon, and it looks like there's going to be two options available. One will be a set of SPD grips with an actual pattern on them, not clear like this, that we're using for testing, or to buy the board on its own and you can figure out what you're going to do with grips. Okay, let's go into programming on this one first. Hold on the trigger and turn it on. We get into our menu. To scroll through the menu, you pull the trigger. To select something, you actually hold the trigger. So, first option here is Profile Load menu, Hot Start menu, Program menu, Trigger Trainer, Statistics, and one more pull will put you up on this little dot in the corner. If you were to hold on to that, the board would reset. If you pull it again, it just goes to the beginning of the menu. Let's go into our Program menu. Okay, here we can set profile A, B, C, D, E, and F. There's a global setup menu, Tune Assist, which we're going to come back to, and a reset menu, which will allow you to reset the entire board. Once I pull past that, there's a little back arrow or the reset arrow. I'm going to actually go back to that back arrow and hold, because that will take us to the previous menu. So let's now go down to Program menu again. I want to set profile A. We have marker set points, firing set points, and firing mode enable. Again, the back arrow or the reset, but let's stay within profile A. Marker set points. For trigger bounce, we have lead edge debounce, trailing edge debounce, and the trigger filter. I'm leaving all those stock. Solenoid dwell on the 09 PMR is 18 milliseconds. Right now I'm going to leave that as it is. ABS dwell, I like a little anti-bolt stick in case we do have some issues on the field in colder weather. To adjust, power button raises, I button lowers. So let's make that 4. ABS reset time, I'm going to leave that alone. Breach delay, not going to touch either. I mode. We have standard, we have demo, we have off. And we also have eye fault, which monitors the eye status. If the eyes should get covered in paint, it'll turn them off, and I'll default the board down to the eyes off pulse per second cap. If the paint should clear and the eyes resume working, it'll turn them back on again at your eyes on pulse per second cap. Eye process, we have standard, and we have advanced. Advanced just monitors the bolt return delay to actually increase your cycles per second. I'm going to let the advanced stay on for this one. Bolt return, we're going to get into in a little bit. Auto shut off, I like to turn the gun on and off myself. I don't care if it needs to time out after a certain time. Audio control, the board can beep at me, I don't care. Okay, we can either return to the menu or we can restart it. I'm going to return to the previous menu. Firing set points, 20 mode is semi, capture firing is on, pulse per second, eyes on is 15. Pulse per second fine, right now is 0, so this board is compatible with all new rules, so you can do 13.3, 10.5, whatever you want to set it to. Pulse per second eyes off, right now is at 10, that's fine. For some of your ramp modes, you can set how many shots there are, so like burst shots are 3, reactive shots would be 1 on release, ramp semi-shots, you're taking 3 shots, ramp pull rate 4, ramp mode is a percentage. You can also have auto, reactive, burst. I don't really use ramping, so I'm going to leave that go. Ramp value, ramp timer. Let's go back to our previous menu. What I like is firing mode enabled. We can turn different firing modes on and off to use on the fly. I like to use semi. Burst I don't use, I'll turn that off. Reactive I don't use, turn that off. Full auto, again, don't use it, let's turn it off. Ramping, don't use it, turn it off. 21 is PSP, I'll let that stay. 22 is NXL, I'll let that stay. 23 Millennium, don't use it, I'll let that stay. Okay, so actually now let's restart the board. You can see I'm in semi with 15 balls per second, and now there's no ball in the breach. Torrent lock is open, battery status, eye status, and player profile A. That firing mode enabled allows me to, with the tap of a power button, change to PSP or NXL, back to semi. You'll see I can turn the eyes off, and you get the icon change. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Go back into programming mode. Show you Trigger Trainer. Trigger Trainer monitors peak and average. So I just peaked at 16, average of 12. Back out of here. Let's go back into Program menu. Let's go into Tune Assist. The way Tune Assist works is you set up your gun with stop dwell and chrono to 285. Once you do that, you can start your Tune Assist. This will help you set your dwell and your bolt return delay. When setting the dwell, it'll lower the dwell to a fairly low number. You'll pull the trigger, it'll fire 3 shots, and then it'll increase your dwell by 1. You continue to do that until you get what sounds like full 3 shots. Full shots meaning not muffled. They sound like it normally would just dry firing. Once you do that, you press the power button and it sets your bolt return. Let's go through that. Okay, Tune Assist, start. Okay, right now it's saying it dwells at 5. Okay, kind of loud in here, so I know it sounds good, but I know my dwell actually, from doing this before, I've stopped at about 13. So right now it's at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, this gun's getting worn in, so 12 actually sounded pretty good today. So let's stay with that. Okay, now I just press my power button. Now our bolt return right now is at 40. What we're going to do is keep pulling the trigger. Right now it's at 37. And it'll stop once it sets its ideal bolt return. The bolt will reset and everything will be done. Yep, so there we go. At one point it realized that it was at the right setting,